And this is what planning does to you. This is why planning is not good. You planning your conversation ahead of approaching any woman, ahead of talking to her, ahead of walking up to her and say what you want to say. Most guys out here now plan their conversations like, okay, I'm going to walk up to her and say this, and then she will say this, and then I will say this, and keep the conversation like that. No, it doesn't work like that. Conversations, how to flow in a conversation with a woman does not work like that, because you could walk up to her and you say something and she said and she says another thing. I'm telling you that will kill the meaning of your game. Everything, the whole from the beginning, the whole scripting of your game. Now, planning is like scripting your game, right? Scripting your game. You already have this thing in your head that you're going to say to her. Listen, it does not make you adapt. It can't make you adapt, because you might think in your head, okay, once I walk up to her, I would say this, and then she will reply in a certain way, and then you think that's the way she will reply. And what if now you walk up to her and she replies bolder than you expected? Okay, okay. So now what do you want to do? How do you move from that certain point to another point to where you want the conversation to lead into? That's why I say planning is bad for your game. Planning is not good for your game. Planning is bad when you're talking to a woman or when you're talking to person, to people, because it is like you're putting something and it does not work your way. You think in your head, okay, they are going to say this, and they say another thing. You think in your head they are going to do this and they do another thing. Like, how can you adapt and how can you change? Like being that's what I keep telling everybody, guys I speak to. Like, that's what I keep telling them. You could talk to a woman in a week, and I will just use just a 20 minutes conversation with her, and I will beat everything you've said with her in a week, and she will still leave you to walk up to, like, she will still love my conversation in just 20 minutes than yours that has been a week. Why? Because I can flow in these conversations, I can adapt, I can change, I can, like, there are certain things that come up in a conversation that you don't pay attention to. There are certain things that she say which can lead to another conversation that you don't pay attention to. There are certain things that she do which can lead to something that would lead to something else that would lead to an outcome that you want it to be. But you don't pay attention to. You fail to pay attention to them. And why I keep saying planning is not good for your game is, you can listen. Look at all the smooth guys, like the guys that are good in conversations, and they know how to flow in a conversation with women. They know how to with women. They know how to converse like very well with women. Right? These guys don't plan their conversation. They could just walk up to her, and anything that comes out of their mouth comes out. They might not even know what they are going to say. Somebody like me, I might not even know what I'm going to say when I walk up to her. I might just go up to her and just say something picky, just say something random, just off of walking up to her. I don't have to think what I'm going to say. I don't have to rehearse what I'm going to say. I don't have to script what I'm going to say in order to approach her. And that's what makes me stand out from you. That's what makes me beat your game. That's what makes me stand up from the rest. That's what makes you unique. Like, that's what makes you stand up from others. Makes you unique. You not planning your game, and you knowing when to say this and when to say that, and when not to say this and when not to say that. Because this game, like, once you stand out from others, I'm telling you, that's when your game keeps improving. Game is like your persona. Game is your persona. Game. Why do we play game? We play games to have fun. That's the same way we talk to women. Like, we talk to women just to have fun. Like, I could talk to a woman, right, and not even mean anything. I could not talk like. That's why I keep saying getting the number is the basic. I'm telling you, getting her number is the basic. Like, I could, I'm telling you, getting her number is the basic, right? The reason why I say that is, I could get her number, right, and I won't even call her. I could get her number, right, and I won't even text her. I could get her number and I could just speak to her just because I just want to speak to her. Off of that alone, I might speak to her alone and not mean anything. I could speak to her alone and not want anything, any string attached. Maybe I just want to speak to her. And that's what makes me like different from you, because you think that every single woman you speak to, you want, like, bro, come on, Come on, like in the next 5 to 7 years, you're going to be a father. In the next 5 to 7 years, you're going to be a father, and you're thinking like you're not thinking straight. You're not thinking clearly. So what I'm trying to say right now is you planning your conversation, you not planning your conversation helps you improve in your game, helps you improve in conversing with a woman, right? You not planning your game helps you improve and being smooth in conversations. Why I keep emphasizing on being smooth in conversations, like I told you to look at other guys that you know that are smooth in conversations in conversing with women, right? How they approach the woman matters, and how they speak matters, and what they say, how they say it, and who they are to the person, and who the person is to them matters too. Because I won't just say something to any random person without like I should know who I'm speaking to. Maybe this is just a person I'm meeting for the first time. Right? I can't just talk of something that I would speak to somebody that I've known for a long time, right? This is somebody I'm meeting for the first time. Now, first impressions. That's why I keep telling my guys. I keep telling them that if I walk into a room, right? If I walk into a room, it's easy for me to like stay to myself than like becoming everybody's friend, because it's easy to get respect. Like getting your respect, like making people respect you instantly is easier than getting it later. Making people respect you immediately you walk into a room is easier than getting it later, because you are now, let's say you lose your respect when you walked into that room at first. Getting the respect later is going to be a very hard job for you to do. But you getting the respect at first when you enter inside the room is the best thing to do. Is the best, because it's hard for you to lose it, right? But once you lose the respect, it's gone. So that's the easier part, and it's easier said than done, right? Because you don't experience these things, you don't practice it, you don't put them into practice. Like, listen, every single time I come here to talk about all these things, I tell you, go out and take this practice, go out and do this, go out and like talking to women daily, talking to people daily improves your way of conversing and the way you think about women. The way you think about women, that's very important, because you think women are this, women are that, women are, it's because you don't mingle with them. It's because you mingle with a certain circle of women, and not like you only focus on this type of women. That's what keeps limiting your mentality from thinking, from saying that women can do a lot of things for you when they like you, when they like the way you are, when your persona alone, off of your persona alone, can improve the way you converse with people. And that's why I say game is your persona, right? Game is your persona. Like you're bringing out who you are to them. You're telling them who you are. Okay, this is who I am. Accept me or not. If you don't want to accept me, it's fine. If you accept me, it's fine. Like you don't have to force anybody. Like it's a free life, right? It's a free life. Anybody can do what they want or choose what they want. At the end of the day, that's what it all comes up to. But game is meant to be fun. Like most of you walk up to women expecting them to like just accept you with open arms. No, that's not how it works. You have to give them, like you have to make them know who you are. Okay, this is who I am. If they accept you, it's fine. If they don't accept you, it's fine. Like planning your conversations can't even help you in that. You walking up to her without scripting is the best. Walking up to her without scripting your conversations, without, that's why I said I could even walk up to a woman without not knowing what to say. Like I could just go, and anything I just say, I didn't even think about it. I could just say a thing and it would beat your 1 week of a conversation with her. Just a 20 minutes conversation with her would beat you 1 week of conversation with her. That's why I say it won't help you adapt. It won't help you adapt. Planning your conversations can't help you adapt. Because what if you walk up to her and she says something bold? What if you walk up to her and she says something you think maybe she might not want to say? So how do you flow into that conversation? How do you flow? Like she might do something and you, off of that, you just pick out a new conversation. How can you do that? No, because you can't do that, because you've already scripted your plan. You've already scripted your Let me give an example, right? If you play chess, just imagine you've planned 15 moves to win your opponent, right? You've planned 15 moves to win your opponent. And while you guys are playing, just with 7 moves, you've won your opponent. Now you can win them with just 7 moves. Like let's say just imagine with 7 moves, you've won the opponent. Do you stick with your 15 moves of winning your opponent, or you still go on with that 7 moves? Do you take the 7 moves that you've used to win the person, or you still wait, like you still go with the 15 moves? That's exactly what I'm saying, right? That's exactly what I'm saying.